Hi, my name is James Else, and I'd like to welcome you to this short video on OFDMA, which is short for Orthogonal Frequency Division Multiple Access, and it's a key part of Wi-Fi 6. If you'd like to discover more about the new features and limitations of Wi-Fi 6, you may be interested in my full article, When Should I Upgrade My Business to Wi-Fi 6, found at my regular blogging hole, writemem.co.uk. Please check out the link in the details. Right, let's kick off with what OFDMA actually is. So it's the flagship feature of 802.11ax, which we also know as Wi-Fi 6 these days. It offers up to 4 times greater throughput per client than the previous standards, and it does this through allowing APs to simultaneously serve multiple clients. Previously with Wi-Fi 5, which was just called OFDM back then, or currently even, that could only serve one client at a time, which meant that there was inefficiencies introduced because the entire 20 megahertz channel, for example, would be used by just one client instead of multiple clients, even if there was a very small amount of data to transmit. OFDMA is a technology all about sharing. So what OFDMA does for us is it allows multiple clients to talk at once, whereas only one client could speak at a time in previous versions of Wi-Fi. So it does this by allowing the AP to have a bit more agency over the control of the network by allowing it to split, say, a 20 megahertz wide channel down into sub-frequencies, which it can then allocate to multiple clients instead of just the one. So we call those different sub-frequencies resource units, and there are 242 of them available, used in multiples of 26. So you can give, in a chatty environment, you can give 26 to client A, 26 to client B, say 52 to client C, and so on until 242 resource units have been used. And all those resource units get passed on the channel at the same time, increasing efficiency and throughput. So in a smaller environment, for example, though, we don't have to do that. So if there's only one device communicating over Wi-Fi, then again, that's fine. We can just give 242 resource units to that one client, and it can use the entire bandwidth of that 20 megahertz wide channel. So I'll explain all this in picture form. So if we pretend that we're at a concert, and if we imagine a ticket inspector on one side of the doors, and on the other side of the doors we have 10,000, hungry concert goers that want to get into this gig. So they're all pushing and shoving. And that's what you get with Wi-Fi 5. So whoever gets to the front of the door when the ticket inspector opens the door, he just gets pushed through by the crowd, and then the door gets closed behind him again. So it's not very fair. And it's also not very efficient. I mean, it'd take a long time for that queue to go down. So if we now take OFDMA as an example, what would happen is we still have all the pushing and shoving to get into the gig, but now there's a wider set of doors or multiple doors. And the ticket inspector, for efficiency, can say to each one of these concert goers, what's your waist size? Sounds a bit random, but what that actually is doing in the Wi-Fi 802.11ax, what's actually happening is the AP is saying, what's in your buffer? Tell me how much data's in there. And then it can then decide which are the devices that it wants to let through at that same time, because we're filling all of those resource units with the available, with the knowledge of what's available in those clients' buffers. So they all line up, in the doors, and they can go through as a line of people, which makes the queue go down a lot faster. So there's more throughput there. So I guess now that we've learnt a little bit more about OFDMA, the question that a lot of people will be thinking is, how do I take advantage of it? So OFDMA is just a part of the 802.11ax standard, known as Wi-Fi 6. And because that is a physical upgrade that needs to happen, you're going to need to replace your kit. You need to replace your APs with Wi-Fi 6 certified kit. Your laptops, computers, mobile phones, etc. will also need to support Wi-Fi 6. You can see Wi-Fi 6 devices out on the market at the moment. They are all to a draft standard. They're not to the actual full standard because it hasn't been ratified yet. That's expected to happen in Q3 2019, so pretty much now. I expect that will probably get pushed back a little, and I wouldn't start buying devices that are Wi-Fi 6 capable until next year, because if you buy a draft standard one, it may not have all the features of Wi-Fi 6 once it is actually ratified. So I hope you find this video useful. Don't forget to check out rightmem.co.uk for the full article on Wi-Fi 6. And many thanks for viewing.